Welcome to the Redemption Story Podcast. I'm your host, Tamia Kenner. So today we're diving into a topic that's close to many of our hearts, discovering our purpose. So whether you're a person of faith or just starting to explore spirituality, this episode is for you. So let's get started. So what is purpose? Purpose is the reason we're here, the thing that drives us and gives our lives meaning. It's what gets us excited, motivated, and fulfilled. But finding our purpose can be a journey, and it's not always easy. In this episode, we'll explore some steps to help you discover your purpose and overcome obstacles along the way. So, how do we find our purpose? Here are the 5 steps that I have written down to help you. These 5 steps help me. So I really hope that these steps just touches someone's heart today. Step number 1, pray and reflect. Take time to pray, meditate, and reflect on your values, passions, and your strengths. Most importantly, talk to God, ask Him for guidance, ask Him to help reveal your purpose to you. Sometimes in that quiet time when it's just you and God, He will speak to you. I know sometimes God speaks to me when I'm reading the Bible. There will be a scripture that stands out to me. Sometimes God will speak through people. Sometimes it will be something I just hear. Maybe I'm at the grocery store, or maybe I'm watching TV, or there's some type of sign. Just pay attention and just listen out for a sign that comes from God. God is not confusion. He's not fear. He's not anxiety. God is peace. God is love. So whatever sign or signal or something that you're looking for from God, always know that it will be comforting to your heart. It will not be anything that confuses you or weighs you down. But yes, taking time to pray, um, and trust in God, hearing His voice. I think a lot of people, I get questions, how do I know it's God? The more time you spend with God, when you have that relationship with Him, sometimes your purpose, well, not sometimes, but most of the time, you find your purpose the closer you get to God, the more you develop a relationship with Him and you grow to understand why you're here. You grow to understand why Jesus is here, how He came to save you, and what you're supposed to be doing for the kingdom. Um, that's when you really have a sense of purpose and meaning in life. So yes, pray, reflect, deepen your relationship with God so that you can hear His voice. Step number 2, explore your passions. What do you love doing? What activities make you feel alive and energized? These might be clues to your purpose. Do you love to dance? Are you good at sports? Basketball, soccer, volleyball, softball? Do you love to sing? Is helping others a passion? Are animals your passion? Are children your passion? You have so many teachers, their passion is helping children. Their passion is helping children build a future. Is healthcare your passion? There are so many things in this world. There are so many passions that you can have. Your passion doesn't have to be just one thing. It can be so many other things. Research, journalism, telling stories, getting to know people, um, politics, being a lawyer, being a judge, being a police officer, where you're fighting for others who may not be able to fight for themselves, being a voice for the voiceless. Just think about that. Take some time out and think about the things that you love to do, things that you're passionate about. That will definitely help. There could definitely be some clues there. I will say I have a couple passions. One of my biggest passions is just being there for the next generation. I love children. I love my children. I love other people's children. I'm a substitute teacher, and I get to be with children all day, and I get to listen to their stories. I love the hugs that they give me. I love the love that they give. I love the conversations, getting to know them. Honestly, being a teacher is a blessing for me. I thought I was doing the children a favor, but honestly, I think they're doing me a favor. They've allowed me to be more soft, I would say, not be so hard. They've allowed me to be more loving and compassion and show more empathy and to see the brighter side of things. Children always have this positive perception, and sometimes being adult is not as easy as it looks on TV or social media. And when I walk into a classroom and it's just all smiles and love and the conversations are just so positive, they kind of just help me be grateful for who I am and where I am. So, yes, I encourage you to explore your passions. Number 3, identify your strengths. What are your talents? What are your skills? How can you use them to serve others and glorify God? One of my talents is dance. That's something I've done since a little girl to high school. I've done ballet, tap, jazz, praise dance. And because of that talent, I was able to use that to glorify God. I was able to dance in the church. It's part of my ministry growing up was being a dancer. I would dance for my home church. I would dance for other people's church. I was a dancer. I still consider myself a dancer. Always have, always will. But your strengths, are you good at sports? Are you good at talking, communication? Are you good at writing, editing? Are you good at photography? There are so many talents and skills out here. Are you smart? Are you athletic? There are so many skills, so many talents. And the last thing you want to do is let your talents go to waste. It doesn't matter how long it's been. It could be 5 years since you've done something. It could be 10 years since you've done something. Even if you have not identified your strengths yet, take that time to reflect while you're thinking about your passions. Think about your strengths. Think about your skills. Think about your talents. Step number 4, seek feedback. I cannot stress this enough, but talking to trusted friends, family, or mentors about your strengths, passions, and values, they might see things in you that you don't even see in yourself. I know sometimes when I talk to my friends and my family about things, maybe I'm stuck, maybe I'm having fear, or maybe I'm doubting myself, and they always seem to see the good side of me. They always seem to have the right words to say. But I will say, make sure they are trusted friends and family. Definitely trusted friends and family. Now, I do say trusted because some of us may not have friends or family that we can trust to honestly give us great advice about our strengths or our passions. I've seen so many times where maybe somebody will bring a thought or an idea or a passion to someone close to them and get it shut down, or maybe someone close to them was doubting them, or maybe they said, oh, you're too old, or that's not going to happen. So I will say it again, someone that you trust with your emotion, someone that you trust to give you honesty and not harsh honesty, someone who's going to be gentle and compassionate, someone who wants to see you do good, someone who wants to see you, someone who believes in you. It's important that whoever you seek guidance to or that you seek feedback from, that they believe in who you are and they don't just say it, but they show it. They're behind you no matter what direction you take. They never doubt, but they push you and they encourage you and they're honest with you. The 5th step, take small steps. We have to give ourselves some grace. I know sometimes we feel like, oh, we got to have it now. We got to be doing this now. We got to have the goal now. We have to have the career now, the money now. Like we have to have everything right now when we want it. No, give yourself some grace. Start taking small steps toward your potential purpose. Experiment, try new things, and see what works. Like I said earlier, it's a journey. You may not get it all at one time. You may not get it that first moment. It's a journey. It's supposed to be a process. It might take time. You might be 30 by the time you find your purpose. You might be 50. You might be 60. You could be as little as 10, 15, 16. This whole thing, life, it's all a journey. It's not supposed to be, oh, we get it on the first try. No, it takes time. Experience, try new things, seeing what works, experimenting. Please take small steps. So these are the 5 steps that I have that I believe will help you to fulfill your purpose. Now, finding your purpose, you also will have obstacles. So we're not going to pretend like finding your purpose is going to be easy. No, you're going to have obstacles. You're going to have things that could potentially get in the way. So let's talk about some of those obstacles that might get in the way of finding your purpose. I have 4 obstacles. I wrote down 4 obstacles that could potentially get in your way. And we're also going to talk about how to overcome these obstacles. So number 1, the first obstacle, fear and doubt. Fear of failure, fear of what others think, or doubt in your abilities can hold you back. Have you ever been in a situation where you just feared that you were just not gonna meet the deadline? You were not gonna meet the criteria. You was not gonna get the job. You weren't gonna ace the test. Fear of failure will cause regrets. It will keep you from starting something new. It will keep you from going. It will keep you from being motivated. So we definitely have to get rid of that spirit of fear and tell Satan, not today. Doubting, what I say, fear of what others think. Get out of your head. If you are a person that is so focused on what other people think, is today, this is your sign to get out of that. And honestly, people aren't really thinking about you. People are thinking about themselves. Just like you're listening to this podcast right now because maybe you want to find your purpose. Maybe there's something that you have going on and you're hoping that if you listen to this podcast, that you could find that answer. It's about you, right? So get out of that fear of what other people think. At one point when I was younger, I feared what people think, what people thought. And that just makes you a slave to other people. When you care too much and you're afraid of what others think, you become a slave to other people. You're not free. You're not living in freedom. The moment you get rid of that mentality of, oh, what will they say? What will they think? What are they going to do? What are they going to say behind my back? Or what are they going to even believe in me? It does not matter. Your life is your life. Your purpose is your purpose. Who God called you to be, only you have the manual. God is only going to give you the handbook to your life. He's not going to give Aunt Susie the handbook to your life. He's not going to give your mother the handbook to your life. He's not going to give your father. He's not going to give your grandmother. He's not going to give your brother, your sister, whomever in your life that chooses to have such big opinions or whose opinion you're afraid of what they will think or what they will say. God did not give them the handbook to your life. So if God called you to do something and they don't believe in you or they doubt you or they just don't understand, that's okay. And you have to accept that. And the quicker you accept that and say, okay, you move on from it, you process it, and you do what it is that God wants you to do. That's it. Doubting yourself can also hold you back. Don't doubt yourself. Please, please. I'm asking you, you can do all things through Christ who strengthens you. If God called you to it, if he brought it to you, if he allowed you to face it, he has a way for you to get through it. Whether that's public speaking, whether that's an interview, whether it's a new job, whether it's a new position, whatever you're up against, whatever it is that you're trying to fulfill, finding your purpose, whatever it is in life, you can get through it. God is with you. Number 2, the second obstacle that gets in our way is comparison. Yeah, comparison. Whew. I feel like we as people do this so much. And it's really, really big now with social media. Comparing yourselves to others can make you feel like you're not good enough or that you're on the wrong path. If you're 18 and you're seeing other 18-year-olds who are millionaires, that can kind of weigh you down a little bit. You start comparing your woman, you start comparing yourself to supermodels or celebrities, or maybe you're in your 30s or your 40s and your 50s and you're comparing yourself to 17-year-olds to 20-year-olds. You're 50, but you're comparing yourself to 30-year-olds. That's not good. That's total different generation, total different age. You will convince yourself of something that is not reality. Our lives are not supposed to be the exact same. Susie down the street, who is 28, her life is not supposed to be exactly like mine. This is not a race. It's not a competition. There is no need to compare yourself to the next person. We all have different lives. We were not given the same parents. We were not given, there's so many things that we were not given. The only thing that we're given is 24 hours. And all of our 24 hours look totally different. So please stop comparing yourself. And also, what it seems like on social media, what it seems like on the outside may not always be what it seems. Everything's not what it seems. Someone has all this money does not necessarily mean they're happy. Somebody is single, living their best life, traveling, does not mean it's all what it seems to be. I know single people who come off as living their best life, want a companion. I know people with companions who want to be single. I know young people who want to be old. I know old people who want to be young. I mean, you keep comparing yourself, you will never be satisfied. You will be happy when you choose to stop comparing yourself. A wise person once said, comparison is a thief of joy. You want happiness, you want joy in your life? Quit looking at the next person's plate. My mother used to always tell me, if you're sweeping someone else's porch, how can you focus on your own porch? If you're looking at someone else's plate, how can you focus on what's on your own plate? You can't. That comparison, all you're doing is focusing on someone else's. You have to stay in your own lane. Because the moment you take your eyes off the road, guess what? You start sliding. You have to stay focused. Number 3, the third obstacle that gets in our way of finding our purpose is distractions. Getting caught up in busyness, social media, or other distractions can take your eyes off your purpose. I just said, looking over into the other lane. A big one is social media. I feel like, you can scroll and you look up and, it's 1 hour, 30 minutes, 10 minutes, 15 minutes has gone by, and maybe something that you needed to do, you can't do it because you were distracted by social media. Maybe you were supposed to wash the dishes, but you didn't because you were distracted by social media. Maybe you were supposed to take the dog out or finish homework or go and pick up groceries, but you were busy scrolling on social media. Or maybe you could be at the gym, but you're scrolling on social media 2 hours in the morning when that could be gym time. So yes, distractions. A relationship can be distractions. Friends can be distractions. Sometimes your family can be distractions, especially if they're not pushing you to your purpose or encouraging you or motivating you to fulfilling your purpose. They could be a distraction. Hanging out with the wrong crowd can be a distraction. There are so many things. Anything that takes your eyes off of your purpose is a distraction. Sometimes our busy schedule with kids and work and just trying to balance life can be a distraction. I know that's something I had to work on at one point. It's just balance being a wife, a mom, school, work, and also me time and going to the gym. It just felt like I just couldn't get everything done how I wanted to be done. And I told myself, like, hey, Mia, like, we have to cut out the distractions. We have to balance. Like, you don't have to spend so much time on one task. You can break your tasks, break things down, break your goals down, and just where you are in life, go with what you go with what you can with where you are at the moment. And then when you get more freedom or you have more flexibility, then you work with it. But yes, distractions. Do not let your distractions get in the way of finding your purpose. Sometimes a job can be a distraction. I know I worked a job and I was working 12 hours, y'all. 12 hours. And I didn't have to. I was so young, but I was so focused on, well, I got to get money, got to get some money. Money can be a distraction too, because sometimes wanting money will have you making the wrong choices. And I kind of did that. I was thinking that I needed to have a certain amount of money in my bank account, but I was living with my mother. So I technically did not need to have all that money. I was just blowing the money anyways. This was years ago. I was so young, but definitely a lesson learned, saving money. I thank God that I was living with my mother and I was not living by myself at the time, because that was definitely a big lesson learned. Our fourth and last obstacle in finding your purpose is your past experiences. So sometimes our past hurts, failures, or regrets can make it hard to move forward and trust God's plan. A big one, I will say, relationships, right? Sometimes it's hard to move on from past trauma or hurt in a relationship. And maybe God has somebody for you, but because you cannot move forward from that past hurt or from those failures, it's hard to just step into who you're supposed to be. I was watching All American. Shout out to All American. I love that TV show, y'all. But one of the characters, his mother told him, in order to become who you're supposed to be, you have to let go of who you are. So any failures, any past hurts, any regrets that you've had in the past, you have to trust God for the future. You really have to trust God. And I know sometimes trusting God, and we're going to get real, sometimes trusting God can be hard depending on your mindset. And that's why it's important that even though we have these steps, at the end of the day, your relationship with God, your relationship with Jesus is what is going to help you at the end of the day. You can take steps, you can do all these physical things, but your personal relationship, your deep core relationship, your spiritual relationship with Christ is what is going to help you find your purpose. God can heal your past hurts. He can heal your regrets. He can heal your failures. God has already forgiven us of our mistakes. So any mistakes that you have made in the past that you feel like are hindering you from trusting God's plan, maybe you feel unworthy. You are worthy. We've all made mistakes. There is no one under the sun who is perfect. No human on this earth is perfect. We all have flaws. I have flaws. But I trust in God's love. I trust in his grace. I trust in his plan for my life. So I can wake up in freedom every day. I'm not a slave to this world. I'm not a slave to what others say. I'm not a slave to what others think, because I trust in God. So it doesn't matter what clothes you have in your back, what shoes you have in your feet, what you have in your refrigerator, how much your car is, what type of car you have, your house. Trust in his plan. It also doesn't matter who broke your heart. It also does not matter who betrayed your trust, what friend lied to you. All those things don't matter. Leave that past hurt to God. Trust me, firm believer. You give him your hurt. You give him your past trauma. You give him your failures, your regret. And you tell him, God, I lay this all before you. Take this away from me. Help me to trust in your plan that you have for me. Help me to move forward. Help me to look on the positive things. Forgive me for my mistakes. I love you and I trust and believe in the love that you have for me, that no one else on this earth can give me but you. Unconditional love. No human being can give me but you. I'm telling you, it works. God is real. God is love. And he will help you. He will guide you. He will get through you. He will heal you. He will get you through whatever it is in life that is holding you back. Sometimes we hold ourselves back. So if it's you holding yourself back, God will reveal that. You take time to pray and meditate, he will reveal that. So that was the fourth obstacle, is our past experiences. A lot of times people look back. This reminds me of a story in the Bible. You've probably heard of it, but they talk about Lot's wife. And he told them, do not look back. Do not look back. And guess what Lot's wife did? She looked back and she turned into salt. So after reading that story several times, I'm like, no, you know what? I don't want to look back anymore, because not saying that looking back will turn me into salt, but looking back will only hurt. You constantly think about the things that people did in your life, constantly thinking about things that you've done, constantly just thinking about the negative experiences. That can weigh someone's heart down. It can weigh your heart down. Think about what God can do moving forward and trust in him. Trust in him to just clean your life up. You definitely have to put the work in by seeking him and spending time with him. And I promise you, God will clean out the rest. You know, a lot of people say, oh, self-care this, self-care this. Look, God care. How about that? The Holy Spirit care, Jesus care, Christ care. I don't have to wake up at 5 a.m. with cucumbers and get a spa all the time as self-care. All I can do is go out of my closet, go into my prayer room, spend time with God, and my spirit is refreshed. I am happy. I am joyful no matter what my situation looks like. I have peace no matter what clothes I have or what shoes I have on my feet. I have peace and I have joy, and I can enjoy every second, every minute of my day because I spend time with Christ. My past does not matter. I don't care about my past. All I care is about his plan and my future and right now. So spend that time with him. Okay, so we just went over obstacles. So let's go to overcoming those obstacles that I just named. And those obstacles I just named are fear and doubt, comparison, distractions, and past experiences. So now I have written down 4 steps to overcoming these obstacles, or strategies that can help you overcome these obstacles that we just discussed. Number 1, trust God's sovereignty. Remember that God is in control and he's working everything out for your good. God is working everything out for your good. And when I say that, you know, it reminds me of this Bible verse that I used to meditate on so much. And it really transformed my mindset. I will say, meditating on scripture, it does. Like you take some time out, you repeat the scripture, you meditate on it. and just feel the verses and just keep repeating them out loud every day. You will start walking in it. Romans 8:28, and it reads, "And we know that in all things God works for the good of those who love him, who have been called according to his purpose." He does. I truly believe that God works all things out for the good of those who love him and who have been called according to his purpose. I can think of several times where situations didn't look so great, but they were a blessing in disguise. I don't know if you've ever heard of the saying, a blessing in disguise. That's real. Sometimes God Sometimes God is protecting us. Sometimes denials, no, bad relationships or a breakup, or no, I'm not gonna say bad relationships, but breakups, ending of friendships, sometimes elevation or separating yourself from someone is a blessing in disguise. It hurts at the time, but it worked out for the good because now you're living at peace, or maybe now you're not carrying a certain burden, or maybe you're just not going through whatever you was going through. And it might have hurt to separate yourself or to leave a job or to leave a relationship or a friendship. But ultimately, in the end, you will notice, wow, I'm kind of glad I did, because things could have gotten worse for me. And sometimes we never really know how bad things could have gotten unless you humble your hearts. And sometimes God will let you get a little peek at what could have been you had you stayed in that situation. But yes, trust in God, trust in his sovereignty, trust in his plan, trust in his love for you. That all comes with spending time with him, so you get that sense of meaning, so that you can hear his voice, and that you know when it's him guiding you to go or to not go. Sometimes God tells you don't go there, and you have to listen to him, even if you know it will upset others, even if you know maybe you want to go, but you know God says don't, and this may be the best for me. Just like a parent would tell their child, no, you cannot go to that party. No, you cannot go to that friend's house because I know what that friend does, and maybe you want to do it, but you trust your parent, and maybe something bad happened that night and you're so grateful that you listen. Or maybe, I don't know, a boss or a mentor give you some advice, and maybe you didn't want to take it. You want to take your own route, but you said, okay, I'll listen this time. And maybe it was shown to you why what they suggested was the better option. The second strategy, or the second step, number 2, focus on your strengths. To overcome these obstacles, these distractions, comparison, fear, you have to focus on yourself. So rather than comparing yourself to others, focus on your strengths and your passions. Like I said earlier, focus on your lane. Don't pay attention to someone else's plate. Stop paying attention to what somebody else is doing. Mind your business. What they say, mind the business that pays you. If you ain't getting paid to mind Shirley's business, don't be minding Shirley's business. Mind your business. People hate a gossip. I'm gonna tell you that. People hate someone who's tending to other people's business and running their mouth and calling and doing all that. No. Nope. Focus on yourself. Focus on your strengths, not your weaknesses. Focus on your passions, not your regrets. Don't focus on your past. Do not focus on your failures. Focus on God. Stop comparing yourself to others. Number 3, take small steps. Break down your big goals into smaller, manageable steps. This can help build your confidence, and it can help build your momentum. I'm a big firm believer in having goals that are small and to reach the bigger goals. And I also believe in celebrating small wins. You know, I've heard some people say, well, oh, like if you congratulate someone, oh, it's just that I'm still trying to get to. No, sweetheart, clap for yourself, congratulate yourself. You can still be humble. You don't have to lift your head up and and have pride. but you can be happy for yourself. I think sometimes people confuse being happy for yourself for pride and arrogance. And it's no, you can be confident and happy for yourself and celebrate yourself and set small goals and celebrate your small wins. It's fine. It helps build your confidence. It makes you feel good. It makes you feel better about yourself, anyways. So, yes, small steps, not the big steps. You don't want to try to fit into no big shoes right now. Small steps. An example, maybe you're just starting college and you know you have 4 years to complete it. But if you tell yourself, I'm going to get through the first semester, that is my goal, and you get through the first semester and you celebrate that, it gives you confidence. Okay, let me try to get to the second semester. Okay, boom, you get to the second semester and you just keep going, so forth. Maybe someone wants to be a rapper, an artist. Okay, let me write my song first. Let me brainstorm my first song. Excuse me. Let me brainstorm my first song first. Brainstorm. Boom. That's a goal. Okay. Let me write it down. Okay. Boom. There's another goal. Okay. Let me go record in the studio. Boom. There goes another song. Boom, let me get it mixed and master. Boom, let me upload it. Boom. Small steps. Small steps. Number 4, seek support. This ties into seeking feedback from a trusted friend or family. So you surround yourself with people who encourage and support you. If you are trying to find your purpose, if you are trying to fulfill a goal or to perfect a craft, or you're trying to just get somewhere in life, and the people around you do not encourage you and do not support you, it will be draining. You need like-minded individuals who encourage you, who push you, who motivate you. I'm not saying that you have to have someone who motivates you, but if the people who are in your life do not encourage you on what you're doing, and they don't support you, and they can say, oh, I support you, but what are you doing to support me? What are you doing? Are you buying any of my merchandise? Are you coming to my shows? Are you sharing my product? Are you investing in me? Are you taking the time out to come to my art shows? What are you doing? Are you listening to my music? Are you coming to my basketball games? What are you doing to support me and my business, my company, my craft, my journey? What are you doing? Sometimes friends can say they can't financially do anything for you, but they can speak words of encouragement. They can tell you, well, I don't want to say I'm proud of you. That's okay. But there's a lot more you can say than I'm proud of you. Maybe you're a journalist, or maybe you're a reporter, maybe you're a writer. Hey, I took some time out and I've been paying more attention to what you do, and I think it's awesome. Hey, I know I couldn't make it to your games, but I watched it on TV. Hey, I couldn't make it to your concert, but I watched it live, or I listened to your song. Just something like that. It doesn't necessarily have to be anything big, but who is supporting you? Who is in your corner? And who is encouraging you? That was number 4. So again, I'm going to go over overcoming these obstacles. Trust God's sovereignty, number 1. Number 2, focus on your strengths. Number 3, take small steps. Number 4, seek support. Finding your purpose is a journey. Again, I say, finding your purpose is a journey, and it's okay if it takes time. Just remember to trust God's plan, focus on your strengths, and take small steps toward your goals. If you're struggling or need guidance, don't hesitate to seek support from a trusted friend or a mentor. That is very crucial. Don't hesitate. Don't hesitate to talk to God either. I will say that, yes, we have friends and family, but God is not going to spread any of your gossip. God isn't going to lie to you. God is not going to steer you the wrong way. You can trust God. Even if you don't know how to trust him, even if you know of God and you don't fully trust him, just try. Small steps. You don't have to be anybody big. God is big for you. You don't have to be perfect. God is perfect for you. You don't have to be perfect to seek God. You don't have to have it together to follow God. If we were supposed to have it together before we sought out God, then he wouldn't be here. It wouldn't be no need for Jesus to die on the cross. Come to him as you are. Go to God. He loves you and he cares so much for you, okay? He does, guys. I really hope this episode touched somebody's heart. Just talking about it touched my heart and just reminded me of how grateful I am for God and to know him. Not everybody knows him and not everybody experiences him. To have that experience of his presence and his love, this episode has definitely touched me and just given me a different perspective just by me talking to you guys. Thank you so much for tuning in to this episode of Finding Your Purpose Through Faith Part 2. Join us next time. Until then, may God guide you on your journey to discovering your purpose. And remember, I love you, but God loves you more.